Good morning and welcome to the Swale again at Sittingbourne. It's gorgeous this morning, absolutely gorgeous. It's probably about 2 degrees, it's really cold, and there's an hour until low. I'm here a little bit late, but it is stunning here today. It's such a beautiful spot. And I'm looking forward to a 2-3 hour bit of fishing. Now what I've done, I've bought 3 rods today, so I'm going to set the first one up. I'm a little bit annoyed by the drop in temperature because it could have hampered any chance that I did have of going for what I'm going for. Basically, last time I was down here there was some fish topping and moving around, so I've bought a feeder rod and some ground bait because I think they might be mullet, but I know it's late for mullet. This is sort of getting towards the end of November, but this is a sort of place, if the mullet are around, they would hang about. But this cold drop in temperature could have pushed them out to deeper water. But anyway, I'm going to try. I'm going to get a feeder rod out, probably out there somewhere, maybe in there. As the flow of the water is going from my right to the left, I want to fish the way in which the flow's going, so it will draw in any fish that are down there, hopefully. So I'm going to get that rod out first, and then I'm going to set the other ones up, go for, see if there's any rays about, or anything else for that matter. But it is stunning here. Right, so this rod has stayed set up in my car because it's only a 9-foot feeder rod, light freshwater feeder rod. Got a cage feeder on there, and then I've got 2-foot length of fluorocarbon, size 6 hook on that. What I've got down there, you can see there, is my ground bait. And let's get some of that into the cage feeder. Like so. Voila. And I will do, first of all, I will put out a couple of loose offerings with it as well. And then I'm going to put a bit of bread on that hook. So now, before this cold snap I was sort of hopeful, but now it has probably thwarted any chance I've got of any mullet being around. But you never know. Got to be in it to win it. And if I don't try, I'm going to be forever thinking, what if? Right, so that's not going far. Probably 30 yards, if that. Let's get that out a bit. Right, let's get him out there. Then we'll do some free offerings. I can just wade a little bit here. Right, there it goes. I have seen a couple of bits of movement, so there could be something still about. Now, down here, what I want to do is just a couple of balls out there. Just to start, just to see whether there's anything about. See if I can draw in any mullet. to that sort of area. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to set up the big rod. Get the big rod out for some rays. Alright, so I'm going to put 2 flat leads on. I'll show you the rods that I'm using in a minute. But I'm going with one of these rigs is going to go in the shallower water, so there's less current, less flow of water. So that hopefully will allow me to get away with a 3 ounce, which is what I'm hoping on the smaller rod. That's getting clipped onto, and that's getting clipped onto the larger rod. What we're going to do is get couple of bits of ground bait out. Try and keep a constant trickle of ground bait going in there. Let's get that hanging around. Right, so that's up. This ground is very, very snaggy. There we are. So let's just get a bit of ground bait out. Another couple of bits. Keep the trickle going in. There aren't any mullets still in here. Got to encourage them in. Follow that line. The water's still flowing that way, so I'm still good. Oh, that's a bit very wonky. That's better. So I've got my little feeder rod there. It's got bread on it, going for the mullet. And then I'm gonna fish 2 rods in the channel. I'm gonna switch these over. Actually, I'm gonna put the Sonic on the right and the small Cinetic on the left. So what I'm going to do is put the Sonic Gravity HT. That's going to go out towards the far bank in the channel, sort of over about there. That's got a pulley dropper rig on it. So we're going to put, I don't know, like a cocktail bait or maybe just a bit of bluey, bit of mackerel, don't know. I'll see what's defrosted first in my bait bag. And then, if you come around again, I've got the lighter Cinetic Capture Compact Extreme, and that's got a 2 hook clips rig on it. So I'm going to put some lug on that, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go sort of down that way into the middle, aiming towards that last chimney where my finger is there. I'm going to aim that way and just cast it, I don't know, 60 yards, see if there's anything out there. And let's hope there's some fish about, because it would top off a very lovely morning. So as I only decided to actually come fishing about an hour ago, really, I've got a lot of frozen bait, which is lovely to preserve the bait, but it's not that lovely when you want to try baiting up with it. So what I've got, I'm going to put a, I don't know if you can see, there you go, that's a bluey. I actually just put that bluey tail on, like so. I'll try and soften him up a little bit in the water. softening up in my hands actually, so not that bad. There we go. Don't want too much of the oils to come out of it, so that will do. Won't take long for him to soften up out there, so it's getting baited. Let's stick him on. I've seen a couple of fish moving in the shallows now. I don't know what they are. Might not be mullet, I might be barking up the wrong tree. It is late mullet fishing, but global warming and all that. Right, there we go. Blue, there's a bluey on there. Let me find the bait elastic that I've got somewhere. We'll elastic that on. We'll get him out before we bait the other one up, I think. Managed to wash my trousers the other day with a roll of bait elastic in them. That was good fun. Getting the washing out, tangled all up in a whole roll of bait elastic. It's not the first time I've done it either, so got to remember to check my pockets. Because one, I don't want to be wasting bait elastic. Two, it's right old mess. All your clothes are covered in bait elastic. Another bit of ground bait out in a minute, I think. Right, I'm going to go towards whatever that is on the far bank. This doesn't need a lot anyway. Oh, it's come unclipped, but that's right. Happy with that there. That will do. I think I got a bit excited then when I cast because I saw a lapwing. I haven't seen lapwings for years. Used to see them all the time as a kid. Right before I cast out the little one, or bait up the little one even, let's a bit more, bit ground bait. Try and encourage these fish in. Where's my line going? My line's going there, so towards that. Slight flow of the water will do the rest. Yeah, we got a bite on that. That looks dogfish to me. What I'm going to do is get a wrap of worm. Get that older one. Let's get him sitting in a puddle. Try and draw him out a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go, look at that. Bouncing around. Something like a bluey. Right, just recast the big rod, it's bouncing again, so I don't know what's out there. I don't know if it's doggies, I don't know. Let's get some worm on the little rod. Yeah, it's going again. Oh, it's going mad. What's going on here? Some frozen worm here. Did have a knock on the feeder rod before this ripple just picked up on the water. I was able to see there was a couple of little swirls. Oh, it could be anything. It could be like microscopic bass or whiting. But it always gives you a little bit of promise, a little bit of hope. Right, let's get on. Putting small baits on this. Putting down the stops on each one. Just going straight lug on this. Let's find out what's out there. So this one, I'm actually not going to go the way I said. As far left. Yeah, well, no, I'm going to go towards the green buoy, I think. Well, a little bit right of it, but there we are, that's out there. Let's see what's out there on worm. The other rod's still bouncing around. Oh, don't want to break that. Right on the big rod, right on the hook clip rig as well. Oh, and the feeder rod has just nodded a little bit, but what that is. A lot of slack on that on this one. A lot of slack. Is there something on here? Yeah, there is. A lot of slack on that one. Good fish on here, I'm hoping. My GoPro battery has just died, so I'm hoping it's not a foul hook doggy. Feels like a ray. It did feel like a ray, now it feels like debris. Go, lovely. Look at that. That's Thorny. Thorn back. Look at him back, he's only little. He can go back. Go back to have a bit of fun. Lovely. Right, well, bluey seems to be working, so getting bites straight away on the bluey. I'll put another chunk of bluey out. It's nice that the rays are still about. Been getting little tiny knocks on the feeder rod. It's obviously not mullet, I don't think. There's obviously some very small fry in there or something. I might have to check it in a minute. Not giving up all hope on that yet. And the worm, I mean, that went off straight away. It didn't hook up. But I haven't had a chance to get it back out yet. So we get this out. Get the worm out. I've just put more ground bait out, so we'll do this, the worm, and then we'll check the bread on there. Right, let's get this out. Yeah, happy with that, right in the middle, where the last one was. Right, let's top the bait up on this worm rod, 2-hook clip rig, get that on. There you are, there's a nice little worm bait there. Take that off, that'll do. The bottom one. So there's a little knock on that big rod again. Right, let's get this one out. What else is down there? There's the green. Nice and stay picked up. Yeah, that'll do. Happy with that. There's a lot of fry out there, I think. Let's watch these other rods. Same sort of spot. That'll do. Happy with that. Yeah, the big rod is bouncing around quite a lot. Something on that. Could be a ray. Let's have a look. Get this in here. Oh, we're tight on that. The big one's going this see what this is. Nope, just that, whatever that was. Just it. Leave that out now, I think. Oh, the worm's just flown over. See if there's something still on. Yeah, it's going. Still on there. What was that? That went right over on the worm. You're still there, mister. Come on. Lovely bite. Really was a nice bite on that. Slack line on here. Is there a fish on here? Should be easy, I think there is. Oh yeah, there's something. Is there something on there? No, have I missed him? I missed him. Slack line on that. Missed that. Oh, it's annoying. Waited a long time for that. What's the bait like? The bait's chewed to pieces. Oh, taking the whole head off. Well, I've brought the feeder rod in. There's not a lot happening on that at all. Not a lot happening on the worm either. Every now and again I get a rattle and that's it. But there are fish down there on this. I think they're doggies, little doggies. And I think there's the odd ray in between. Right, that's it, done. It's turned cold, the sun's gone in. It's there's this breeze that's really bitter. My hands are cold, feet are cold, so got a ray, which is what I was hoping for. Pity about the cold weather coming in now, because I really wanted to see if there was mullets still about, but they've obviously moved on now. It's a bit warmer water. So yeah, I've packed up now. I think it's been an hour and 40 minutes, so one ray, not going to complain. And until next time, tight lines.